Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy birthday to you, y'all. Now y'all know I got to keep Naziyah spirit in my content. It has to be added because I ain't gonna never forget about her as well as anybody else, child. Now this live here, y'all, this podcast is about Naziyah Harris' aunt and cousin theories. Has been consistencies the entire time. Everything that they have, the auntie Janelle and the cousin has put out there has been allegedly facts. They have been put on the news. They reported. They did everything that a aunt and a cousin supposed to do. So when people tell the truth, sometimes uh the family might not want them to tell the truth. Okay. And y'all got to realize that, this is for criticism, comment, and educating purposes. Okay. How someone in this case is protecting someone else to me. Now, before I get into this video, and this video is for me to give my reaction on it, okay? So that's why some people talk in these videos, y'all, because they are reacting to what's going on, okay? Because you already seen this. Now, only thing about jobs, I just don't see why they aren't concerned about Naziyah. It seems like they got something against her mother, but they took it out on Naziyah. It's nowhere in the world a 12-year-old girl should be able to constantly do what she wants to do, not being protected. Okay. And like y'all know, I said from the beginning, I said it was the grandmother. The grandmother is responsible for Naziyah. Okay, she could have stopped a whole lot of things could have been stopped if she had to stop it because the disease was already there. So I want to get into this video that, like I said, I'm going to do my reaction on it because so far, if y'all get distracted, y'all be on the wrong side. Y'all be going against the people they want you to go against. Now I want to get into the aunt. Hold on, let me put this up. The aunt been and the cousin been consistent the whole time. Let me show this. I have a lot of questions, and I think that Jarvis is gonna take that stand, y'all. If Jarvis ain't did nothing wrong, Jarvis is gonna take that stand. But jury, the jury are people like us and what we think. You know what I mean? Gonna be people that we choose to believe and think. So let me turn over to this video that I want to show y'all. Now, I want to take y'all here. And the reason why I chose this video right here, because this case supposed to be investigated back in 2022, okay, by the police department. And there are claims that, and I'm glad that the auntie Janelle did what she's supposed to do. She kept notifications, she kept track of everything that she had reported. Okay, because I'm gonna have to give it to her. Okay. Y'all got to watch people who really not close to the family and what they are saying and who they trying to protect. Okay. Now let's look at this for a minute. Now this is a brief description of alleged abuse and possible witnesses. Now you're going to hear them mention in this video only two. They can recognize two victims. Okay. And so this right here gonna be a little description that Detroit Channel 7 is gonna go through with y'all. And let's I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be stopping it and going. So here we go.
Naziyah Harris uncovered by the 7 investigators tonight show that they did, involving the man now accused in her murder. Instantly, DPD says they messed up. 7 investigator Ross Jones reveals what went wrong and what's changed as a result.
Mr. Buff targeted and befriended women who had to have sexual relationships with their young daughters. He was a classic and expert groomer and pedophile.
On the same day, Jarvis Butts would be accused of killing and sexually abusing 13-year-old Naziyah Harris. Police and prosecutors urge the community to protect its children at all costs.
But when it comes to our children, we must be deliberative, we must be diligent, and laser focused on their safety.
Make strong, good decisions for our children, keep them out of harm's way.
But more than 20 months before Harris ever went missing, Detroit police had been warned that she'd been victimized by Jarvis Butts and failed to ever investigate.
There was enough for the department to ask about Naziyah. Yeah, we could have done better. No question.
Last month, we showed you that Jarvis Butts had been the subject of multiple complaints to Children's Protective Services, including at least one that named Naziyah Harris as a victim. What we did not know at the time is that CPS wasn't the only agency who'd been warned. In April of 2022, in response to a complaint CPS had received, workers there submitted a law enforcement notification, or LEN, to Detroit police. It's an alert to possible criminal behavior that may warrant a police investigation. In this case, the complaint told DPD that there was an incident at a birthday party.
Now, this is where I'm gonna come in with the auntie. The auntie made her niece Shannon report this, okay? That this happened at a birthday party with one of the children that attended there. Now, the reason why I say the aunt's theory had been consistent because there are consistencies in this, because there was a party and Jarvis Butt was there. And they know what the grandmother know what he is capable of doing as well. Okay.
Butts of sexual abuse. Naziyah, and name withheld, reported that Jarvis touched them inappropriately as well. It read, Jarvis is a sex offender and a felon. Naziyah's great aunt, Janelle, say filed that complaint with CPS.
So this is her great aunt. Her great aunt, Janelle, did exactly what a great aunt's supposed to do. She reported everything. And legally, she kept up with all the important papers because the grandmother is her sister. So they can't say that they didn't know because they did know.
That ultimately made its way to DPD.
They're the police they're supposed to investigate. I mean, it had all the everything is there.
But the department never did investigate, at least with respect to Naziyah. Instead, according to officials, only the alleged victim named in the report was questioned because CPS only listed her under the victim header.
Okay, there you go again. What people should be arguing down is CPS. See, CPS got everyone confused and arguing, fussing, bittering with the family. But CPS didn't even do their job. Investigation didn't even do their job. They got the report, but they didn't do nothing about it.
That was identified as an abuse victim too.
Does that make any sense to you?
No, makes zero sense. Either they didn't read it or they didn't comprehend it. That's my opinion.
Tom Berry is a retired Detroit police lieutenant who reviewed the report that bears Naziyah's name.
How many victims do you see identified there?
I see 2 for sure, maybe 3. Somebody dropped the ball. Pretty clear by reading that there's at least 2.
Okay, someone dropped the bomb. Now y'all heard him say that. Sure, they supposed to drop the bomb, and y'all supposed to did something about the bomb that they dropped, but y'all didn't do y'all job. Until it always have to take somebody to be unalive before the system moves and work like they supposed to.
Of sexual assault. Her name was right in the report. At a minimum, the department should reach out to her and at least ask if something happened. But that didn't happen. It did not. Today, Assistant Chief Charles Fitzgerald makes no excuses, saying much has changed with how the department handles the more than 5,000 LEN reports it receives every year. Unlike when the Naziyah complaint came through, he says DPD.
Now, let me put it on this, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me put something. Hold on for a second.
Today, Assistant Chief Charles Fitzgerald makes no excuses, saying much has changed with how the department handles the more than 5,000 LEN reports it receives every year. Unlike when
now, this is where everybody was talking about her forehead. You see, on this picture right here, I thought it was baby hair right here. I thought that maybe could have been a baby hair. But up here is some spots on her forehead. You know, and then I'm looking right here as it's a scar there. It's a scar. I don't know. Like she burned herself. Now this could be a burn from like when she was trying to do her hair. You know how we burn our forehead with iron. You know what you call it? Battling iron, you know, when we doing our hair. So that could where that can be come from. It had and at this time what she went missing, they asked Jarvis Butts, and Jarvis kind of like irritating me, but that's the person who he is. He described her hair as he started out with his, both his hand with the two ponytails like this. Then he turned around and said, "Oh, she wears down." Now he gets on my nerve. So y'all, so where I'm getting to right here in this particular video, which that y'all don't seen, and all of it is just to keep the keep y'all focused on this case, and I don't want y'all to forget the case. Okay, Jarvis was born November the 21st, 1982. Okay, and I guess that must be Naziyah. I don't know who else date of birth is right there, but this is gonna everything that I show y'all is gonna be very important in this case.
Use everyone identified inside, regardless of whether they're listed under the victim header. Complaints are triaged and are assigned quickly, and missing information, like in this case, Naziyah's last name, is ferreted out by investigators.
That's a horrible excuse. We still should have done what we should have done.
The fact that they acknowledge it shouldn't have worked this way, and it took for something so tragic to happen to her, you're damn right it shouldn't have worked that way. They should have did their job.
Joanna Morton is one of Naziyah's relatives who says she filed complaints with CPS too. She wonders tonight if the 13-year-old's fate might have been different had police never bothered to reach out.
Somebody has to answer for that. They absolutely do. CPS and DPD.
I think the obvious question that a case like this begs is how many other victims or alleged victims in reports like this were named but never contacted by DPD.
Prior to the recent process, I don't know. I would hate to speculate even.
Do you work there are other cases like
Of course, yeah, for sure.
I don't think it stopped at one child sliding through the crack. They clearly weren't doing their jobs.
We don't know, of course, what Naziyah might have said since she'd been interviewed. The other alleged victim who was questioned made no disclosures of abuse. Jarvis Butts denied he touched anyone when questioned by police, and he has maintained his innocence.
Of course. Jarvis Butts gonna say he didn't do anything. Of course. That's the kind of person they are. They can't be trusted. So you can't believe nothing he says because he's not trustworthy at all. And y'all, I gotta something else to say about this case, like really disappointed me as well, is his sister. Sister kind of disappointed me as well. She knows that her brother not supposed to is an offender. She knows that, and not one time it came to her attention that Naziyah could have been a victim because she over there at that shop. That's why. Why didn't she make it her business to walk up to that truck and ask Naziyah, "What's your name is? Who are you?" Because the sister know he lives over there, or be over there at that house. She knows it because he got 5 kids. So my thing is with the whole systematic thing is, what do you do about a decision made like that with 5 children belongs to a sex offender? And it's different when she didn't know him, she do know. How is the system is going to work that? Because Shannon kids not even supposed to be in that house. Either Shannon wasn't supposed to be there, because that'll give him every reason, Jarvis every reason to be there. So I think that if the grandmom had stepped up and did her job as a grandmother, I think we wouldn't be here now. She's still older adult in the family. Shannon is a victim. I love y'all. Down in the comment section, please put your thought on what you just heard today. CPS, y'all disappoint me. The Troy Police Department, y'all didn't. That's a big lawsuit. I smell a big lawsuit. Not coming from no content creators. Coming from the system. Sue them. I'm out.